Hey everyone, today is a super exciting video. I've got Harley trying to come over. Oh, I'm getting my hand tattooed. I wanted to do this for ages and I've got an idea. I don't really have great reference photos, but I'm going to Lars Thomas, who is amazing. I've admired his work for so long and I actually just can't believe I'm finally getting something and it's gonna be on my hand. So I'm gonna bring you guys along for the process and walk you through healing and blah 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 and just how it's looking. And obviously you'll get an introduction to Lars, which might help if you do want to get a tattoo from him too. But let's go, we gotta go. I actually just can't. The lines are just so...
That's what I mean.
It's
nuts.
nuts.
The difference between it. And the little, like, there's a few of the little flicks. It's right on.
Wow. Okay guys, so it has been 3 weeks since I got my hand done. I wanted to give it some time so that it would fully heal and I could obviously give you a full, more in-depth review of how the healing process was for me and yeah, just everything in general. And showing it fully healed, I feel like that makes a lot more sense because, you know, that's what it's gonna look like in the end, right? Overall, I'm obsessed. I mean, you can probably tell from the video that I'm so happy, and Loz is exceptional. He is one of a kind. I think now after getting this one, I know I'm gonna go to him to get a lot more to kind of fill up a lot of different gaps that I have on my body. And I want his style, I love his work, I love how he works, and just as an artist in general, it's just A1. To bring you through the whole process of what it's like getting a tattoo with Loz and I suppose getting my hand done, I was a little bit terrified because I have got this on this hand and the artist that did it obviously works a certain way and that's fine, but I found that it hurt quite a bit and I've kind of researched since, but I think it's just due to the needle going too deep into the skin and that's why it hurts more. So I guess every artist is different and that's fine, but it definitely did hurt on this hand. So knowing I was doing my whole hand, I was terrified. Not terrified, but I was definitely feeling it. So I went in, I had a couple reference images, nothing crazy or concrete that I knew I wanted. And this is one thing that I'm super happy about. I think when it comes to a tattoo artist, someone that is creative enough to sit down with you and actually give their opinion on what is gonna look good and what's gonna suit you and your style, and something that you're not gonna regret and something that they know will look good as well. I think there's too many tattoo artists out there that will just tattoo anything on anyone just to get some money. And again, that's fine if that's what you do, but you are putting something on someone permanently and it's your branding. So you obviously want to make sure it's going to represent you in the best way. So I initially was going to get 2 dogs barking. I was going to get a Staffy and a Doberman barking at each other. And yeah, just kind of looking cool but angry. I had a couple of reference images, but it was quite difficult to find photos of dogs barking that weren't extremely angry and terrifying. And Loz basically explained that it probably wouldn't have fit right on my hand because you obviously want it to look good, and having 2 heads on my hand, it just would have looked quite squished and I wouldn't have been able to get in the detail that I wanted or that would have looked good. So we opted for a Doberman because I think they're sick. I will always love Dobermans, and one day when I get a second dog, it will be one. We sat down together, looked through so many different photos of Dobermans to try and find the right image, and after like, I don't know, 15 minutes found it. And basically what we did then is went over the smaller details. I didn't think of getting a chain, that was all his idea, and I'm so happy. So I just sat down, I chilled out, Loz went and drew it up, which again I think is amazing because I feel like most artists I've been to just print it off or they already have it kind of ready to go. So it's kind of nice to have someone that actually really spends the time making sure that it's going to be good. So then we obviously went through the whole process of putting the stencil on, make sure it looked good, and got going. I would do that 10 times again. Like, it was the easiest process, but I promise you it was like a 2 out of 10 for pain. Like, genuinely, it was fine. So it took about 25 minutes, which kind of shocked me. I didn't think it was going to be that quick and pain-free, and it was a breeze. I decided to go for red on the chain because I thought it would be a nice little pop of color, and obviously I've got red here, so it ties in quite well, you know? Yeah, that was literally it. So obviously made sure I was super happy with it, took some photos and just double checked everything looked good. If you are in London or if you're traveling and you think you might want to get a tattoo from him, I would just recommend sending a message, just seeing what kind of schedule he has, or an email or whatever, because yeah, it's a highly rated artist for me. I guess healing wise, it was fine. So I kind of use a combination of 2 different things. So I use Bepanthen, it's the nappy rash cream, because the consistency is super thick. And ever since I started getting tattoos, that's what they told me to use. So I'll use that maybe once a day. And then I'll use just kind of a nice heavy cream, can be like Nivea, or just something that doesn't have any heavy ingredients in it, just quite natural and still kind of a heavy consistency of a cream, I'll probably use that maybe twice throughout the day. I guess to go back a little bit, we did put a second skin on. I kept the second skin on for 2 days, just because I think it was on my hand. It was gonna keep it clean for the longest amount of time. And he did give me a second one, so I just took that off after the first day, put on a new one, so it was all clean and good. And yeah, it was such a good healing process. I guess if I was to nitpick, there are little tiny bits that are a little bit raised, but for me, that doesn't bother me because I feel like it comes with the whole process of tattoos. It's something that you just have to accept. To be honest with you, I'm not particularly sure why an area does get raised. Maybe it's the healing process, maybe it's just kind of, I might have moved when it's getting done or something like that. But it doesn't bother me because it's not noticeable, you can't see it, it's just obviously if you feel it. But other than that, everything has healed so well. It just looks so tidy, really crisp and clean. And the fact that the color has healed so well is just, yeah, I'm so happy. I think if someone was to ask me what my favorite tattoo is, it's absolutely this one. In between these two, but it's definitely this one. It wins for me. It's just a nice feeling. And obviously getting a tattoo on your hand, it's a bold move. You know, it's something you really do have to think about what your circumstance is, what you plan on doing in the future, blah, 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 blah. But I think if I was gonna be honest with you guys and be honest with myself, I just don't care. Like, if I wanna get something, I'm gonna get it. And I'm happy with how it looks. I'm happy with how it makes me feel. And if that's gonna affect me going into a job or doing something in the future because I've got visible tattoos, then I don't wanna be involved, because this is a part of me and it makes me who I am. Same for all you guys. If you are thinking about getting maybe more visible tattoos, or if you already have them, I'm sure you can relate to that. In my job right now, it doesn't matter, they're in full support. They think I'm a bit crazy, but I am crazy. My biggest tip would be just to embrace who you are. If you want to do it, do it. Don't let someone else's opinions or thoughts hinder what you want to do. Fuck it. So I want to say this is fully healed now. It's been 3 weeks. I didn't even have any itchiness. I feel like usually with tattoos, they can itch every so often, but this was fine. I kept it super hydrated. I wanted to make sure that I really took care of this because it is on my hand. And I guess you have to be mindful that you are gonna wash your hands a lot more, and yeah, they're just gonna be out and facing the cold. So you need to definitely make sure that you are gonna take care of all of your tattoos, but especially more so on the hands and yeah, and fingers and whatnot, because yeah, it's a little rough area. I feel like that's it for me. I am over the moon. I hope that this video was helpful. If you're thinking of getting a hand tattoo, or you're just getting a new tattoo in general, let me know in the comments. I love hearing about what you guys are doing. It makes me so happy. And of course, if you've got some conflicting opinions, drop them down there. I'm ready for a little bit of a battle. Okay, as you can tell, the sun has just come out and it's now ruining my lighting, but we are wrapping up this video anyway, so I hope this was helpful. I hope that you guys enjoyed watching, and if you have anything that you want to see, make sure you let me know down below. And I'm going to leave the links for Laz and his studio down below, so if you want to check him out, of course you can. And yeah, that's pretty much it from me. If you want to see more, of course, subscribe, like, do what you want to do. So this is it from me, and we'll see you in the next video.